This is the HWSA World Series Division I 5th place game between Raleigh and Faith. Get things underway here in just a moment. Still trying to get together all the lineups and stuff. We only have about 20, 25 minutes in between games to kind of do all that. So sometimes it gets a little interesting as first pitch of this game is up and inside. Yeah, there's a slow roller up the right side of the infield, played by the second baseman, a little flip across to first. And the out goes 4-3 on Matthew Smith. So the hitting order for Raleigh, it's Matthew Smith leading off and playing center. Batting second, the first baseman, Andrew Harvey. Hitting third is shortstop Michael Carreri. The cleanup hitter is the pitcher, Ryan Gosney. Jonathan Gardner will bat fifth and play left field. Matt Langhans will hit sixth and play second base. Batting seventh is right fielder Luke Hahn. Hitting eighth is the DH Andrew Smith. He's DHing for the catcher Josh Harvey. And batting ninth and playing third base is Drew Boyd. Give you the defensive lineup here in just a moment for Faith as that misses away. Pitch here misses high and away as well. And on 4 straight pitches, Andrew Harvey walks down to first. Defensively for Faith on and left is Travis Cohn. McConnor Wallace is playing center. Isaiah Boger is in right field. Around the infield, Tyler Hartzell is at third. Noah Jarrett playing short. Over at second base is Sawyer Strickland. Caleb Threadgill is playing first. Behind the plate is Dawson Langford. And lefty Hunter Shepard getting the start this afternoon for Faith out of North Carolina. Fastball misses away. 1-0 the count. All right, you can explain to me how to pronounce that name then. So this is Michael Ferrari. Oh, Carrari. I was going to say, I don't know how you're going to F sound out of a C, but it sounds like Ferrari. I get what you mean.
Yeah, I just wrote that under the card to remind us that Carrari is Carrari, like Ferrari.
All right.
That's what he said anyway.
Stealing second is Andrew Harvey. The throw was actually pretty close to getting him as he slides in under the tag. So Michael Carrari steps in that 3-hole, trying to keep things moving here for Raleigh. That misses away. Shepard now will come home with it. Fastball right down the middle. So 2-2 the count on Michael Carrari. Shepard comes set, glances out at second. And now we'll come home. Chopper out in the hole in between short and third, and this is going to get into left. This will also score a run. And the throw comes into home. Matter of fact, gets away from the catcher, Dawson Langford, but the runner will stay at second. So the RBI single for Michael Carrari scores Andrew Harvey, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Raleigh Warriors. So I got to get back to catching up with my scoreboard here.
Okay.
Shepard comes set and delivers. That's right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Ryan Gosney. Gosney hitting in that cleanup spot, the pitcher today for Raleigh. And off-speed misses away. And the count will even up to 1-1. Beautiful afternoon here in Central Florida. Sunny skies, a little bit of a breeze. In fact, the winds have been gusting up to maybe 20, 25 miles an hour at times, but still a beautiful afternoon. Sunny skies, temperature right around 80 degrees. This shot foul and out of play up the third base line. 1-2, the count now on Ryan Gosney. Runner out at second, a 1-0 lead for Raleigh here in the first. Curveball, that misses low and away. And now 2-2, the count. Over here, hit right back up the middle. That goes into center field. Boy, that
was tattooed.
Hit pretty hard too. And this will score another run on an RBI single off the bat of Ryan Gosney. So now a 2-0 lead for Raleigh. Only one out here in the first. Jonathan Gardner will head to the plate now. It's Gardner followed by Langhans. Always an interesting tournament down here. The fact that they play 5 out of 6 days with one off day. You get to play quite a few games during this week on some really nice fields in what usually is pretty decent weather. Fastball up high.
Yeah, this is really, if I had a high school team, this is the kind of tournament I would want to bring my kids to.
Fastball right down the middle.
Okay, I think I'm caught up over here now.
It's here, misses away.
You know, it's really kind of amazing.
Shepard with a pickoff throw over to first.
Boy.
That would have come really close to getting him, but Threadgill couldn't quite cleanly field it and get the tag down.
Boy, that was close. They had the right idea. Threadgill almost had him. Just couldn't quite hold on to the ball.
Shepard comes set. Now delivers fastball up high. And the count now 3-1.
There is no time limit to this game either.
This one isn't either?
This one's no time limit to this one, they said.
Oh, okay.
I know, that's what somebody
popped
said.
Up into left field, and is that caught? Nope, it pops out of the glove of the left fielder Travis Cohn. Made a real nice attempt at it, though. Had about half dive to come up with it, and it just hit off the edge of his glove. So another single.
Yeah, he dove there and did a somersault. Thought he had it, brought his glove up in there to hold it up. Then he realized it wasn't in there. It bounced just a few feet away. The center fielder was over to back him up and was there to pick the ball up. So he kept the ball in front of him.
Runners on first and second. This misses up and in. 1-0, the count on Matt Langhans, the second baseman for Raleigh.
Now there's a difference to that kind of okay. They kind of we've noticed a lot of that kind of decoration on your thing. Looks like camouflage. This is red and blue, and it just goes around the bottom of the sleeves and down the sides of the shirt. The rest of it's plain uniform. So we've seen a little different flavor of it down here.
Swing and a miss makes it 1-1. Delivery here is up and away. 2-1. The count now on Langhans. Hunter Shepard struggling a little bit here in the first. And this misses low and in, pops away from the catcher just far enough for both runners to move up.
By the way, I found out later on, I was talking to one of the coaches. It's H-A-N-S, not H-A-N-D-S. That was my fault. I wrote it down wrong. I misunderstood what he said.
So runners move up to second and third. Fastball popped up.
Way up. Maybe. No.
Nope. This behind us here.
If I'd brought my, what did Carey had? The fishing net?
Fishing net, yeah.
I could have stuck it out there and really got me a ball.
Count goes full at 3-2.
They're having a big discussion up in Chicago now at Wrigley Field. Stop this guest conductor for the 7th-inning stretch. Low.
There's ball 4, so a walk issued to Matt Langhans, and now the bases are loaded for Luke Hahn. Man, that prompts a little visit to the mound here.
Other than that, they've got a bunch of some of the sports broadcasters want to show videos of Harry Carey on it instead of guest conductors. I would welcome that.
Yeah, that's probably a pretty good idea. I mean, the guest conductor thing was fun, and kind of quirky for a year or two.
Yeah.
And then it's just gotten tedious and weird.
They had 3 of them on the other day leading it. I don't know who was on the right key and which 2 were in the wrong key, but they weren't together.
The problem is that's not going anywhere because it's too big of a promotional tool for
that's true.
The Cubs and the people who are coming there. So it keeps celebrities and all that kind of stuff coming to the park. It keeps the Cubs kind of out in front of stuff. And even though it's kind of bad, it is a good promotional tool.
That would be a good promotional tool. You're right.
Shepard delivers fastball up high. So 1-0 the count on Luke Hahn, the right fielder and number 7 hitter. Bases loaded here in the first, 1 out. Already 2 runs across for Raleigh. There's a shot, and that's foul up the first base line. Of course, as a fan of the White Sox, like I am, they're just trying to figure out ways to get somebody to come watch the game. This chopper foul up the third base line. The count will go to 1-2.
Is seaplane over there?
I don't know. I was trying to figure that out too. You can see it at home, by the way. Not right at the moment, you can't, but straight up, pretty much dead center field somewhere out there. There's a yellow plane that keeps flying around. Trying to figure out if they were crop dusting or what, but it looked like one of those. It looked like a seaplane.
Yeah, I think it's got those runners on the bottom for landing on water.
This popped up
pontoons
on the right side of the infield.
It is.
And caught by the second baseman, Sawyer Strickland, and he almost didn't catch it. The sun's so bright here that wouldn't be a hard thing to miss. So now 2 gone. And the pitch here from Shepard, that misses low and away. 1-0 the count on Andrew Smith, the DH. Smith DHing for Josh Harvey, the catcher. Fastball, swing and a miss, and the count will pull even at 1-1.
All right.
1-1 delivery. Fastball, swing and a miss. And the count now 1-2. Shepard's starting to bring a little bit of heat here.
Yeah, it's like he's meaning business right now, boy.
This bounces in. Good stop behind the plate by Langford. Count now 2-2. Matter of fact, that stop saved a run.
Does it seem like we've already been through 2 games?
And that will get away from Langford. He had no chance on that. No. Runners will move up. Scoring from third is Ryan Gosney, and now it's a 3-0 lead. He tried to get over there and get in front of it, but that was way outside. Matter of fact, I think it hit the dirt and then kicked off his knee. Or left thigh, anyway.
Yeah, you have to just kind of guess where that ball is going to bounce. And there are some dips and dives around where they dig out with their feet to get a better grip with their cleats. If it's saying that he goes a little bit sideways, it's almost impossible, it seems like, at times, to judge it right.
And the 3-2 fastball's up high and another walk issued. This one to Andrew Smith. Now the number 9 hitter, Drew Boyd, to the plate. Playing third base today. Bases loaded again with 2 outs. Well, Drew, the opportunity here to kind of blow this thing open early. Shepard's delivery, that's way up and in. Almost hit him in the shoulder. Tell you what, you see here, you get a really good feel for how fast someone's throwing the ball.
Yeah, you do.
Almost like you're in the batter's box. That misses low and away.
I mean, we're right behind, just a little left from behind the catcher, and you can follow the ball right into the batter and the whole business. It's a great seat.
Delivery here, fastball popped out of play.
I'd say it's deserving. I mean, it's worth the trip down here.
It's a nice place to come see a game. Beautiful weather normally.
Yes,
every now and then it gets a little nuts. There's a swing and a miss on a fastball up high, and the count even at 2-2.
Boy, got nuts last year when he was here. It rained so hard it filled up the field, and the concrete sidewalks around with about 1 to 2 inches of water.
That chopped foul off the catcher. The count will stay at 2-2.
He just about needed that playing with his pontoons.
So I told that guy here from Houston the other day. So we just about needed a pontoon or a canoe. That's low.
You'd not believe how much water there was on top of the ground out here. I'd say 2 inches on top of this concrete right here.
Well, now the count goes full, and this is a big pitch.
Here we go.
Shepard comes set, delivers. The runners are going, and a swing and a foul tip back into the glove of Langford. So down on strikes goes Drew Boyd. Some damage done, though. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits. There was 3 walks as well. And a strikeout. We'll head to the bottom of the first. 3-0 is the lead for Raleigh over Faith. We'll give you the reverse starting lineups here in just a moment. Well, first pitch of the bottom of the first popped up into right field. And a fairly easy play out there for Luke Hahn.
That was Caleb Threadgill. Give that a ride.
Starting lineup for hitting-wise for Faith. Caleb Threadgill leads off and plays first. Catcher Dawson Langford stands in there now, batting second. And that's a strike. Noah Jarrett, shortstop, will hit third. Cleanup hitter is Hunter Shepard, the pitcher. Batting fifth is Tyler Hartzell down there at third base. McConnor Wallace batting sixth and playing center field. Isaiah Boger will bat seventh and play right field. Second baseman Sawyer Strickland hits eighth. Travis Cohn will bat ninth and play left. There's a ground ball up the right side of the infield. Played there by Langhans. He'll flip it across to first. And there is quickly 2 gone here in the bottom of inning 1. Defensively for Raleigh, Jonathan Gardner's in left. Matthew Smythe is in center. Luke Hahn is in right. Drew Boyd will be at third. Over at short is Michael Carrari. Matt Langhans at second, Andrew Harvey at first, Josh Harvey behind the plate, and righty Ryan Gosney on the mound. And that was a quick
Oh, he
inning.
dropped it.
Dropped by the center fielder, Matthew Smythe, and the air leaves the door open a little bit for Faith.
Never take those things for granted. He had that little one-hand catch with his glove and didn't put the other hand up there, and it popped right out.
I've done that too.
Oh, yeah. I think all of us have sometime or other. Very common mistake.
I'm going to tell you something. Church softball. I made some really creative errors. This misses low and away. 1-0 the count on Hunter Shepard, the cleanup hitter and pitcher today.
And I flat out couldn't play the outfield in that. I can judge the ball right off. I couldn't tell if it was going long, short, or what.
Jarrett with the lead off a first pickoff move, and he's back in safely.
I see when these guys, like the last game, we had a guy send that ball, cracked the bat, they were off. And I don't know how in the world they tell how far it was going, deeper or shallow or what.
Yeah, a lot of that has to do with, and you hear this sometimes on Major League broadcasts, about knowing where everybody's lined up defensively, taking a look around you before the pitch, and knowing if the ball's hit to a certain area and it's hit pretty hard, you got the opportunity to just keep running. That's missed inside. I know what you mean. Even if you glance around, sometimes it's...
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's so easy to play the outfield. It isn't.
And that gets all the way back to the screen. That was way inside. And down to second base goes Jarrett.
Shepard had to scoot back real quick to keep that from whacking him. And that was a fastball. That's not the kind you really want to get hit in the stomach with.
No. There's one last game where guy took it off his leg on a real slow curve. Not willing to do that, but
yeah,
one of those ones that has a little bit of smoke on it.
One of those hits in the ribs, that can do some damage.
Delivery here is way outside, and there's a walk. So runners at first and second now with 2 outs.
What was going to be a very easy inning is now got to the place where it's going to give Mr. Gosney some work.
Looks back. Gosney delivers home. That's chopped foul up the third base line. 0-1 the count on Tyler Hartzell.
We might have to go take our sign
down. I was going to say before it rips it apart.
Yeah, might have to go do that. It looks like it's going to stay windy here. Pop.
That misses low and away. Now 1-1 they count on Hartzell.
Now your Hartzell, his was spelled Hartzell. This is Hartzell. I don't see a Hartzell name very often.
Not too often. Fastball popped up into right field. Drifting over is Luke Hahn, and he will make the play over by the foul line. So that'll do it for the inning. No runs. And there were no hits. There's 1 error and a walk as well. We will head to inning number 2, a 3-0 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back here with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. To the second we go. Leading things off for Raleigh will be the top of the order again. This is Matthew Smythe, Harvey, and Karari. You up here in the second, a 3-0 lead for the Warriors already. We can give you some scoring updates from the World Series as well as we go along here. This misses up and in. 3-0 the count now on Smythe. It's right down the middle, moves the count to 3-1. Only other score we have at the moment is the Spring Mustangs leading the Fort Worth Riders 2-1 in the second inning. That fastball misses up, so the walk issued to Matthew Smythe. That will bring Andrew Harvey to the plate. He's already walked and scored. The other games going on at the moment, the Meridian Flyers and Memphis Eagles scoreless in the first inning, and the Dallas Spartans and Tulsa Jaguars scoreless in the first inning, and that'll do it for Hunter Shepard. So he departs. Now we got to see if we can figure out what kind of a three-ring circus this is going to evolve into. Oh, good grief. I think we already have a new catcher, looks like.
Yeah. Boger.
I think it's two. Do you have the
Boger or Boy? Let's see.
Do you have the rest of the rosters?
Oh. Stan.
So it's is that Drake?
Drake Boger.
So Drake Boger is the new catcher.
All right. The pitcher is number 3.
And that is Sawyer Strickland.
And I have a funny hunch. Hunter went somewhere.
Well, a bunch of people went somewhere, but the key is where. It's hard to know here because they do not announce changes. You just have to kind of.
Number 10 just went out there. Let's see. That's Dawson Langford. Was catching. He's now at second base. I think.
Well, we'll just have to wait here a second.
There's another guy there right now. Maybe he's the first baseman in the left field, right fielder.
Yeah, we'll just have to give it a second here until they make all their changes. Righty Sawyer Strickland takes over on the mound for Faith here as they try to limit some damage. All right, so 10's going to shortstop. That's Dawson Langford. And 18, Jarrett, is going to second base.
Okay.
So this is 10.
10. Let's see.
I believe they actually made a substitution for Luke Hahn, too, because I thought they said somebody came in for 12.
And then who's at second? Number 18.
What's on first? They could probably change the outfield, too, but I don't have binoculars, at least not on me.
Jarrett.
So we'll just kind of catch those changes as they go. This popped up down the first base line. It's a long run for everybody, and nobody's going to get there. A long strike on Andrew Harvey, the number 2 hitter.
That answered that question. Jarrett's at first base. I mean, Hunter Shepard. Hunter Shepard's at first base. Came out for pitching. I don't know where number 11 went. Shepard. That's right.
I think he went to center.
It looks like it.
They literally, I think they've changed every single position of the field. I'm not kidding. Other than, is third the only one that hasn't changed?
Third's still the same.
They changed pitcher, catcher, third, or no, pitcher, catcher, short, second, first. This hit deep to center. This could be trouble, but a good run back by the center fielder who was McConnor Wallace, but I think that's actually
Caleb
Threadgill out there now. But in any case, it's a long out on the fly to center. So one gone, and Michael Carrari will come up. He has an RBI single and a run scored. Bear with us as we try to figure this out. But whenever there's 7 or 8 changes made, it takes a little while to kind of work through it because nobody reveals that. You just have to see them make the changes. Boy, that ball hit a ton to left center and on the run, making a diving grab in center field is Caleb Threadgill. Wow, what a catch that was. I mean, that ball was hit a mile and somehow, I mean, he got a great break on it and then went on a full-on dive to come up with it, and it was the only way he was going to catch that.
And every word of that's absolute truth. He went on, as soon as that ball was hit, he went as hard as he could toward left center field. The last part, he dove backwards and got that in the webbing of his gloves just before he hit the ground.
They're going to throw the first runner back in safely. When they change this inning, we'll get the official changes in the outfield. It's just too hard to see from here. There goes the runner at first, swing and a miss for a strike. Thrown on the second is not in time. So the stolen base for Matthew Smythe. And 0-1 the count on Ryan Gosney, the pitcher and cleanup hitter for Raleigh. Fastball missing away. And Strickland again misses inside. We haven't given the final totals on Hunter Shepard yet, only because that runner at second base is technically his. This pit hit a ton to right field.
Watch out.
Deep. This could get out off the fence. Boy, that ball was trucked to right field. That will score a run, and in the second with an RBI double is Ryan Gosney. That's the deepest hit we've seen all day. I thought for a second that might get out.
I did too. I thought that might go. It hit the bottom about a foot off the ground up on the fence there. That's getting almost as far as you can hit it over there without going out. Just a little higher in the fence is all you can do.
Well, now you can close the book on Hunter Shepard. He pitches 1 inning as the starter. Gives up 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1, and walked 4. Now Jonathan Gardner to the plate. That pitch right now in the middle. And this also down the middle, so the count quickly at 0-2 on Jonathan Gardner. Strickland fires. Boy, that was a way outside.
I think Bozo's tall.
1-2 the count. And Drake had to all the way out of that stance and reach up to grab it.
Yeah, it was just in the nick of time, boy. He didn't have any time to waste.
Curveball, boy, that's smoked down to first too, but right at Hunter Shepard, who fields the grounder and steps on the bag. So 3 unassisted goes the out. 1 run in the inning for Raleigh. On 1 hit, the RBI double by Ryan Gosney. There was also a walk as well. He'll head to the bottom of inning number 2. 4-0 is the lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back with more of the HWSA World Series here in just a moment. So a strike to start off the bottom of the second here. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for Faith, and a couple of back-to-back strikes. McConnor Wallace, the center fielder, to lead things off for the Stallions. This chop, a high chopper down the third, played there. The throw to first gets wide and goes to the screen. And he is out because he made the turn looking for second base, and then the first baseman, Andrew Harvey, laid the tag on.
Yeah, he turned the wrong way. He didn't think the ball was going to bounce back out there. He turned the other way to give him a chance to go there if he wanted to. Trouble is, once you make the turn toward the infield and not toward the out of play, you are thereby dead meat. They can get you.
Well, the throw would have been a hit because there's no chance he was going to get him at first base in spite of the throw going wide. But when he rounded first and then got tagged out, that took all the guesswork away anyway. So Isaiah Bocher stands in with one gone here in the second for Faith. That's chopped foul. A 1-2 the count now on Bocher. Curveball popped up into shallow center. Drifting out is the shortstop, Karari. He'll make the play. And 2 gone in the second for the Stallions.
All right, Mr. Strickland stepping in. Strickland is second baseman for the Stallions. First time in the plate. Here's a windup. Pitch, swing, foul back here. 0-1.
Strickland, that's number 8 hitter. Going to join us again tomorrow. A couple more games from the HWSA World Series. We'll have a game at 9 a.m. Matter of fact, I need to look that up. I know we'll have the Division I championship tomorrow. Off-speed pitch called
nice
a strike
curve
over the inside corner, and it's 0-2.
Well, that looked like it was going to come right at you, and it broke over the inside part of the plate. There's another one.
That foul back out of play. So we will have the Division II championship tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And then the Division I actual World Series itself championship at 12:30. So 9 and 12:30 tomorrow. Division II championship followed by Division I. It should be another really good couple of games tomorrow.
That'd be nice.
This is the Division I 5th place game. And this is low and away. So what? You have to accomplish something to get to the Division I brackets, first of all.
Yes.
So to get to this game, curveball, call the strike, and strike 3 over the inside corner. So down on strikes goes Sawyer Strickland. 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Gosney. No runs, no hits. There was 1 strikeout. We will head to the third. It is a 4-0 lead for Raleigh here over Faith. Back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment. To the third we go. 4-0 is
Up.
the lead for Raleigh. This into shallow right center, and that's going to fall in. It ended up being kind of a difficult play for Noah Jarrett out there. He was trying to drift out from his spot at second base and was drifting farther and farther out toward right, and the ball just kept going farther to right. I think that breeze is picking up a little bit, and it just kept drifting.
Yeah, what they need, of course, he didn't know the wind was going to shove it out there. The right fielder, if he'd have broken in and come in hard on it, called the other player off the ball, would have been their best deal.
Pickoff throw to first is not in time.
Well, that was close.
Matt Langhans gets back in there after getting a single out to right.
What happened?
The manager from Faith is going to go out there and
plead his cause there.
I guess I
mean, it was close, but I don't think it was worth a trip out there. Never can tell.
Yeah, I don't. I think he's
might be something else. He's putting it over there toward the shortstop.
I think he's more upset about maybe something that happened earlier, and that was just kind of the icing on the cake. Yeah, it was a little short visit.
All right, here we go.
So under leading off at first is Langhans. Luke Hahn steps in. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, he had a little fly ball to the second baseman last time up.
There's a fastball for a strike. 0-1 the count on Hahn. I'll give you some scoring updates here in just a moment. Pick off throw to first and run it back in safely. Other scores from around the tournaments that are going on as we speak. Meridian Flyers with a 4-1 lead on Memphis Eagles. That's in the second. Boy, there's a good stop by Mojer behind the plate. 1-1 the count.
All right.
And those Spring Mustangs, a 3-1 lead on the Fort Worth Riders. That game in the third inning. And the Tulsa Jaguars, a 5-0 lead on the Dallas Spartans. That game in the second inning. There's a chop back up the middle. Good play. Shortstop steps on second, fires to first.
Good double play.
And Dawson Lankford with a 6-3 double play. So now 2 gone, and that will bring Andrew Smith, the designated hitter to the plate. Smith reached on a walk in his only appearance.
That's what you call the tailor-made double play there for sure. That was a bounding ball that was going right over second base, just the shortstop side of second base. All they had to do was catch it on a nice up in the air handy bounce, step on the base, and throw him out at first.
Good curve for a strike. 0-1 the count on Smith. Swing and a miss on a pitch down the middle, and the count moves to 0-2.
All right.
Delivery here. That misses away. 1-2 the count. Curveball popped up into shallow center. Drifting in.
Got it.
I think that's Threadgill out there. Again, I got to make sure. Yeah, Caleb Threadgill is definitely in center. Let me see who is out in left field. I never have gotten a good look at his number.
Let's take a look. Let's see if we can catch them all. When they start heading out there, hopefully they'll run out there and we can. Oh, wait a minute. They're in bat this time, aren't they?
Yeah, Threadgill is definitely in center. I'm trying to see what number that is that came out of left. 5 is in left. So Isaiah Boger is in left now.
And that's
11's here and 5's here. I don't know. I'll have to see who's in right when we come back. So no runs in the inning.
Yep.
1 hit as we will head to the bottom of the third. It is a 4-0 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Be back with more here in just a moment. 1-1 the count as we move into the bottom of the third. Travis.
Actually, this is the catcher came in, Drake Boger.
All right, so Drake batting in that 9 spot. There's a called strike 3 over the inside corner. Down on strikes goes Drake Boger, 1 gone. Now back around to the top of the order, and Caleb Threadgill for Faith.
Well, the last 2 batters for the Stallions have both looked at the called third strikes.
So Threadgill stands in, 0 for 1, flight out to right. His only appearance. Wow, that shot foul up the first base line.
Right over the top of the dugout and out toward the parking lot. That's a way good. Of course, he clipped him back of the head with it. There's some lady that got, when a lady got hit, it was a baseball.
At Pittsburgh, yeah, that was a chopper foul up the third base line. My count now 0-2. Yeah, she was right behind, about where we are. She was sitting right behind home plate, had her back turned to the plate, and there was the mesh thing that's right behind her. Well, I think there was a foul ball that came back in the mesh. The mesh gives a little, and she was standing pretty close to it, and the mesh gave, and the foul ball hit her right in the back of the head.
Oh, my land.
Yeah, it stopped the game for like 20 minutes and had to take her to the hospital and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I thought I heard something about that.
Yeah,
that's right.
You still have to, even this bounces all the way back to the screen. 1-2 the count. You still have to, when you're at a game, even if you're, behind the screen or whatever, you still have to watch, because they could hit one up and over the top of the screen that can land on you. They can ricochet off places and land on you. You just got to pay attention. This chop down toward third, big hop, played there by Drew Boyd. Throw to first is not in time. Boy, good hustle by Caleb Threadgill to get down the line.
Nice play by the third baseman, Mr. Drew Boyd.
Yeah, not a whole lot he can do with that. I mean, that's about as good as you can play it.
Yeah, that was what happened. Was it was that another one of those high bounders down to third base, and it bounded deep in the kind of deep in the hole there. He had to wait for it to come down, and that didn't give him enough time to get him. Nice throw too.
Fastball, there we go. Line drive back up in the center. Soft line drive, but wasn't hit it a lot, but got enough on the ball to kind of poke it out there in the center. So some back-to-back singles here. Runners at first and second with 1 out for now. Noah Jarrett, the 3-hitter. Jarrett reached on an error back in the first.
Well, Warriors are starting to make a little noise here.
Yeah. Delivery here. Fastball right down the middle. 0-1 the count on Jarrett. Ryan Gosney, the righty, has gotten himself into a little bit of trouble here in the third. Not too bad yet. Still plenty of opportunity to get out of it. And this called a strike on the inside corner, and the count now 0-2.
All right.
To delivery. This foul back to the screen. Stay at 0-2. Leading off second is Caleb Threadgill. Dawson Langford leads off of first. Fastball popped up into right field. Coming on to make the play is Luke Hahn. Everybody stays where they're at. And now 2 gone for the cleanup hitter Hunter Shepard, who reached on a walk and is only a bat. Four nothing the lead for Raleigh here in the bottom of the third. Faith Stallions getting a little going here, but still struggling to push runs across. Fastball called a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 the count on Shepard.
2 on, 2 out. Shepard needs to make a little contact and put the ball in the gap there, right?
Gosney looks back at second now, delivers. This popped up into left field. This is going to be a tough
Watch out,
play. I
watch
don't
out.
think anybody's going to get there, and they don't. That was just popped out in an area of the field where nobody was. And coming in to score is Caleb Threadgill, making now a 4-1 game off the RBI single from Hunter Shepard. And Dawson Langford moves up to third. So now 4-1 the lead for Raleigh. Fastball misses low. Want to know the count on Tyler Hartzell. Tyler 0 for 1 today. Flying out to right field. Gosney now delivers home. Fastball chopped out towards second.
Oh, nice play
Little
off the ground.
short hop and a throw to first is in
Man.
time as Michael Carrari made a nice play
Boy,
out at short.
did a nice job. That was another high bounder that hit the ground as he was coming in for it. He played the ball instead of the ball playing him, and got that right off shoes top, right off the ground. Got that throw over there in plenty of time.
All right, 1 run on 3 hits. There was a strikeout as well. We go to the 4th inning, a 4-1 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back here in just a moment with more HWSA baseball on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Drew Boyd hits that a absolute ton to left, but it's foul. And I mean, he got a pretty good whack at that. Long strike, though, for Drew Boyd. Boyd, Smythe, and Harvey, the 9-1-2 hitters, due up for Raleigh here in the 4th. Curveball called a strike. Pretty good pitch there from Sawyer Strickland. Strickland now winds and fires. Fastball, that's ripped into right field. Boy, Drew Boyd making some solid contact just all the way through.
Whatever they're throwing up there, he's hitting it, man.
So single for Boyd. Now back around to the top of the order for Matthew Smythe. He is 0 for 1, grounded out to the second baseman. Also walked, stole a base, and scored in the second. Bunt up
nice
the
bunt.
third base line. Played there by Strickland. Throws it to first, not in time. Boy, that's speed and a half by Matthew Smythe.
Boy, he was putting the leather up and putting her down, man.
So now runners at first and second. Andrew Harvey steps up to the plate.
He took that bunt. He pushed it up the line just far enough. Third baseman had to get it, come all the way in. The catcher couldn't get it in time. The pitcher couldn't get it in time. Perfectly executed bunt, it looked like.
Bunt foul up the third base line. 0-1 the count on Andrew Harvey.
All right. Mr. Boyd on first
0-1
base.
pitch here, chop foul at the third base line. Go to 0-2. Oh, 2 delivery here. Fastball misses away. Count will go to 1-2. Sire Strickland trying to work the corner a little bit there. Hanging curve, chop foul up the third base line. It'll stay at 1-2 now. Runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the fourth. A 4-1 lead for Raleigh. It's foul back to the screen.
Just a little fight in the ball and pitch up to off to save him another lick. Getting a chance to straight one him out now. Uh-oh.
Over here. That's a nice little piece of hitting. Just got the head of the bat of the ball, and Andrew Harvey just puts a nice little line drive in the left field. That's going to score a run. That's a very nice piece of hitting from Andrew Harvey.
Boy.
So Drew Boyd scores.
Just take what the pitcher's going to give you and drive it.
Smythe up to second. Now a 5-1 Raleigh lead. And here's Michael Carrari. 1 for 2 with an RBI single and a run scored. Fastball down the middle for a strike.
All right.
And that misses away. Bolger wanted to go down the third and almost tripped and fell over Carrari, and there was no throw there anyway. So a double steal. Smythe goes in to third base. Harvey up to second. So runners at second and third here. There's a chopper out towards short. Took a nice big hop there. Throw to first is an out runner trying to score from third. He is safe as Smythe comes across and scores. Moving up to third is Harvey. And an RBI despite the out for Michael Carrari.
Just good base running. Forced the issue and gave him enough time to get in there, but then that the fielder couldn't wait any longer to throw the ball or wouldn't get him at first.
Now 6-1 the lead for Raleigh here in the fourth. Fastball up high. 1-0 the count on Ryan Gosney. He is 2 for 2 with an RBI single, an RBI double, and a run scored. There's another hit ripped into center field. And scoring from third is Harvey on the RBI single from Gosney.
They're having no trouble hitting the ball.
Now a 7-1 lead for Raleigh. Gosney with a lead off a first. This foul
out of play.
Backing out of play. And
let's see.
0-1 the count on Jonathan Gardner. He's 1 for 2 with the single.
We're still with only one out, huh?
Yes, we are. This fouled back to the screen. The count now 0-2 on Gardner.
Well, that umpire's gear, that wouldn't be the most comfortable thing to wear today. Of course, they get a lot warmer than this before the year's over.
Well, misses away.
All right.
1-2 the count here as Strickland comes set and delivers home.
Oh.
That fouled back out of play up the third base line. So 1-2 the count now.
All right, here we go. Wind up the pitch. Nice
curve ball. Woo, that was a nice pitch.
Oh, that
Good
was.
backdoor curve there, and down on strikes goes Jonathan Gardner.
Man, that was one beautiful curveball.
Now 2 gone in the inning.
Like that. This is kind of a slow, lazy curve, but it broke right in there. Just caught you flat-footed. Couldn't do a thing with it.
Gosney leading off for first. Laying hands, looks at one away. So 1-0 the count. Matt is 1 for 1 with a single, also reached with a walk. And that ball's ripped to left field.
Is he back to left
field? And it was hit right to the left fielder, which I believe is Isaiah Boger. So Boger with the catch in left field, despite that ball being tattooed by Langhans, and that'll do it for the fourth. So 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits. There also was a strikeout. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, a 7-1 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back with more HWSA baseball in a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. To the bottom of the fourth we go. 7-1 the lead for Raleigh over Faith. McConnor Wallace to lead things off for Faith. Against a new pitcher from Raleigh. This is Drew Boyd. The right-handed pitcher comes on in relief. That misses away. Now 2-0 the count. Boyd comes to the mound. Ryan Gosney goes from the pitcher's mound to third base. So just a straight-up switch. By the way, in right field now there's a shot into the hole, knocked down by the shortstop. But that will be an infield single off the bat of McConnor Wallace. So 1 on for Isaiah Boger, who is 0 for 1 here this afternoon. So Jonathan Gardner's now in right field. Luke Hahn is in left. They just kind of switched corners.
Yeah. There we go. I think we're pretty much up to date now. We got one more position in right field, and the other team, when they go out in field, we'll have them all straightened out. It's getting kind of warm out here right now.
It is getting a little warm, and that breeze kind of died down a little.
Yeah, it's getting up to, well, there's a little bit, there's a touch of it there now, but it has kind of died down from what it was. The flag hasn't quit blowing out there in right field. But we just got a little taste of it then, so it still is blowing. Not like it was.
Foul back to the screen.
All right.
Boyd comes set and delivers. Curveball. Foul back once again.
Drew Boyd. All right.
Curveball misses low and in. One and two, the count now on Isaiah Boger. And sliced foul and out of play up the third base line.
Kind of like a last-second decision to swing at that one. It did keep him active at the plate.
There's a swing and a miss on a curveball, and down on strikes goes Isaiah Boger. So one gone. That'll bring Sawyer Strickland, the number 8 hitter, to the plate. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Boy, that was a nice, slower curveball that went right to left, and it dropped as it went to the left, toward the left side of the plate, so it dropped as well. He swung right over the top of it. Just a nice pitch.
Fastball called the strike. 0-1 the count on Strickland.
All right.
Boyd delivers here. Curveball. That's a pretty good pitch.
Boy, that was a nice pitch. I don't know how they call that a ball.
Missed inside, just a touch.
Sounds good.
Boyd comes set. Runner leads off of first. Fastball fouled off the chest protector of the catcher, Josh Harvey.
He was kind of feeling that chest protector right about where it hit. As if to say, this is here where it hit right here.
Curveball ripped foul at the third base line.
All right, Strickland back in there. Not a large lead at first.
That was a good solid ground ball in between short and third. So another single for Strickland and the Faith Stallions. So now runners at first and second for Drake Boger, the number 9 hitter. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
All right. I'm going to try to sneak him behind the base runner at second. Now go back to position.
Oh, there's a popped up into right field in the shallow right. Coming on to make the play is Jonathan Gardner. So now 2 gone.
That time, Matt Longhands, he was going out, going to make it. Then he lost it in the sun. He started ducking his head and trying to clear out so the right fielder could make it. Jonathan Gardner came in and made the catch.
Caleb Threadgill at the plate. He pops it up.
First base.
Just in a foul territory up the first base line, and making the play is Andrew Harvey. And that'll do it for the 4th. So no runs in the inning. Couple of hits. There was a strikeout as well. We'll head to the 5th. 7-1 the lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back with more HWSA baseball in just a moment. First pitch of the fifth popped up into left. Isaiah Boger with the put out of Luke Hahn. So 1 up, 1 down for Raleigh in the fifth. We do have some changes here. New pitcher for Faith is Tyler Hartzell, who comes on in relief. Noah Jarrett goes to third, replaced where Hartzell was, and Sawyer Strickland goes from pitcher to second base. There's a shot ripped into left field, and a single off the bat of Andrew Smith. Now we'll bring Drew Boyd to the plate. Last time Drew was up there, he smoked the ball. Let's see what he does here.
All right, here we go. Runner, not a big lead at first. He's got a decent one, but not nearly a large one.
Off-speed pitch, chop right back out to the mound. Throw to second for one. On to first,
Nice
double play. So a 1-6-3 double play off the bat of Drew Boyd. And that'll do it. That was a quick inning.
Boy, that was.
No runs, 1 hit. He'll head to the bottom of the fifth, and it is a 7-1 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back here with more in just a moment. Foul back to the screen. 0-1 is the count on Dawson Langford. As we move here into the fifth, Langford 1 for 2 with the single. That misses low. 1-1 the count. Drew Boyd starting another inning here on the mound for Raleigh. A 7-1 lead for the Warriors here over the Faith Stallions in the fifth inning. Off-speed pitch misses away. Now 2-1 count. And this hit a soft line drive out of the center field and played there by Matthew Smythe. So 1 gone here in the bottom of the fifth. And that brings Noah Jarrett to the plate. Noah's 0 for 1 and also reached on an error. There's a sharp grounder down toward third. Played there by Ryan Gosney. He'll fire to first. And the out goes 5-3. So 2 up, 2 down for Faith here in the fifth. So Logan Folk is the new catcher for Raleigh. And the new first baseman was the DH, Andrew Smith, who now comes into the game at first base. Off-speed pitch over the inside corner. 0-1. 0-1 the count here. Pitch by Boyd, curveball, foul tip back into the glove of the catcher Folk. And 0-2 the count now on Hunter Shepard. Hunter 1 for 2 with an RBI single. Boyd winds and fires. That's way up high. And 1-2 the count. Curveball chopped back over to the fence. Well, the count here will stay at 1-2. And a swing and a miss. And down on strikes goes Hunter Shepard, and that will do it for the inning. No runs in the inning, no hits. There was 1 strikeout. We will head to the 6th. It is a 7-1 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back with more from the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. Well, we'll start inning number 6. Due up for Raleigh is the top of the order. Matthew Smythe, followed by Andrew Harvey and Michael Carrari to face Tyler Hartzell. His second inning of work here. The righty winds and fires, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on Smythe. We'll be back with you tomorrow, 9 a.m. for the Division II championship. And then we got a little bit of segment in time there. The actual championship game itself doesn't start till 12:30. And make sure they give plenty of time for those teams to warm up, get everything set, make sure the field is set the way they want. This foul back behind home plate. And right in front of us, making the grab, is the catcher, Drake Boger.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to come back and land on top of our tent here pretty quick.
It looked like it might there for a while, but.
So 1 gone. Andrew Harvey steps in. Harvey is 1 for 2 with an RBI single. He also walked and he scored twice.
Yeah, let's see.
This popped up into
Got it.
Center field, and drifting in to make the play there was Caleb Threadgill. So now 2 up, 2 down for Raleigh here in the 6th.
We finally found out who was playing right field, Connor Wallace. We tracked him down.
Fastball over that inside corner for a strike. 0-1 the count on Michael Carrari. He's 1 for 3 today with a couple of RBIs, a single and a run scored. Chopper foul up the third base line, and it's quickly 0-2.
Oh, nice job of coaching field there. No error on the play. Got the ball back into the pitcher, and we're ready to go again.
Well, this is the kind of weather you anticipate when you come to Florida.
This is what you like,
yes. Boy, what a beautiful day. That misses away. Count now 1-2, and it's supposed to be, well, here, let's look for tomorrow while we're here.
Oh, why not? This is beautiful weather, though.
Off-speed pitch popped up into shallow left field. Drifting out is Dawson Langford, the shortstop. He'll make the play. And 3 up, 3 down for Raleigh in the 6th. No runs, no hits. We will head to the bottom of inning 6. Still a 7-1 lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back here in just a moment, you're watching the HWSA World Series here on the Christian Internet Sports Network.
Outside.
So to the bottom of the 6th we go. It's still a 7-1 lead for Raleigh. Tyler Hartzell, McConnor Wallace, and Isaiah Boger to face a new pitcher for Raleigh. There's a swing and a miss. The new pitcher is Michael Carrari. Comes in from his shortstop position, and the right-hand pitcher will take over on the mound. Matthew Smythe goes to shortstop. Joe Dunn is the new second baseman. That misses away. Now 3-1 the count on Hartzell. And the new catcher last inning was Logan Folk. So those were the latest changes. Here's a grounder, a little hop there right at the end for Matthew Smythe. And he fires across to first. 6-3 goes to put out one down for McConnor Wallace.
All right.
So Wallace stands in. Now delivery from Karari popped up into shallow left, drifting out and making the play as the shortstop, Matthew Smythe. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down for Faith here in the 6th.
Let's see here.
And that will bring Isaiah Boger to the plate. He's 0 for 2 today.
You know, I think that guy out there in center field is Andrew Harvey, number 44.
Sounds good to me. There's a good shot in the left field.
Oh.
And a single off the bat of Isaiah Boger. I mean, that wind is really picking up. We're going to take our sign down before our sign blows away. Wow, look at that wind pick up all the way across the outfield. Sand flying everywhere.
Yeah, I'm going to go get that sign. Oh.
Hey, we got lost our cooler lid, too. So, this pitch here, fastball misses high and away. So 1-0 the count on Sawyer Strickland. Strickland, the number 8 hitter, batting 1 for 2 today with a single, also struck out looking. Karari looks at first, now delivers. Fastball misses up high. Now 2-0 the count. So runner down there at first, 2 outs here in the 6th for Faith. They trail at 7-1 to Raleigh. Boger with a decent lead pickoff move over to first. He's back in safely. So we're back again tomorrow at 9 and 12:30 the start times. They have the Division II championship for you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. And the 12:30, the World Series championship. This misses up high, and count moves now to 3-0 on Strickland. Karari glances at first again, pick-off move, and a runner back in safely. Kind of strange today. The weather's been beautiful, but at times the wind just picks up out of nowhere, and we just had a couple pretty strong gusts as it's been kicking up pretty good here late in the afternoon. This misses up high, and a walk issues to Sawyer Strickland. That'll bring Drake Boger to the plate, and now we have a little meeting at the mound. So that brings Drake Boger to the plate. Runners at first and second for the Faith Stallions. Trying to get back in this game a little bit here. 7-1's the lead for Raleigh here in the bottom of the 6th with 2 outs. So Faith starting to run out of some time. So Boger stands in. Karari looking in for the sign. Now delivers home. Fastball that misses up high. 1-0 the count on Boger. And fastball misses inside. Now 2-0 the count. By the way, tomorrow calling for mostly sunny and 84.
Oh,
strike over the inside corner. Count now 2-1 on Boger. As a matter of fact, right now it's 85 degrees, sunny and 85. Pitch here. Fastball missing away, and now 3-1 the count on Boger.
Strickland walked to first.
Foul. So now full count, 3-2.
All right. Well, Sands have got a couple guys on. If they can get another hit or two here, could start to make things a little more interesting.
A 3-2 delivery upcoming here. Curveball chop back out toward the mound. Flattens out a little bit to Carrari. He'll flip it across to first, and that'll do it. 1-3 the put out. No runs in the inning. There was one hit and a walk as well. We'll head to the 7th, 7-1 the lead for Raleigh over Faith. Back with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment on the Christian Internet Sports Network. To the 7th we go. 7-1 is the lead for Raleigh over Faith. As that pitch a strike over the outside corner. 0-1 to count on Ryan Gosney. It's Gosney, Gardner, and Langhans, the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Warriors here in the 7th. And fastball is a strike over the inside corner. Tyler Hartzell will begin his 3rd inning of work now for Faith. This popped up back and out of play. So we'll stay at 0-2.
Oh.
And that ball hit deep to right field. That could be a ton of trouble, and it is out of here. Home run off the bat of Ryan Gosney.
Wow.
And I believe he was the same one who hit it off the fence a while back. Was he not on the double? Was that somebody else I'm thinking about? And that ball was hit a ton to right, and that's the first home run we've seen here in this tournament. And only the 4th or 5th that I've seen in this field, period.
Wow.
Now, granted, there's about a 25-mile-an-hour breeze pushing out that way, but he still hit that ball a ton.
Yeah, they got a real strong breeze. He hit it. If you're going to hit it out, that's a perfect place to hit it, right over there, just about 20 feet inside the flagpole with the wind right behind you like that. That's what you need. And he got it.
I think he hit it about right halfway up the fence last time. Fastball misses up and away, 1-0 the count.
Oh, yeah, about a third of the way up. You're right.
So that makes it an 8-1 Raleigh lead.
Anyway, he bounced it off the bottom of the fence. Maybe, I don't know how far, but well worth watching. you imagine that 2 times up out of 3? Now, in between that, around that, he's got 2 singles.
3-0 the count.
Now, if he'd hit a triple in there instead of one of those singles, he'd had to hit for the cycle.
And that chop foul. Now 3-1 the count on Jonathan Gardner. Swing and a miss, and the count goes full at 3-2. 8-1, Raleigh leads it here in the 7th. This is the Division I 5th place game.
Well, that was a surprise to see that one go out.
And there's called strike 3 over the inside corner at the knees. As down on strikes goes Jonathan Gardner. 1 gone. That'll bring Matt Langhans to the plate.
Hey, what, that ball got in its horse and it was gone. Ooh.
This misses up and in. 1-0 the count now on Langhans. This game has actually gone along at a pretty good pace.
Not bad.
This misses up and in. Now 2-0 the count. We haven't even made it to the 2-hour mark yet. Not really. Well, only about an hour 45. Well, maybe even less than that. I don't know if they started this game right at 2 or not.
Yeah, I didn't look to see exactly when it started, but
That's ball over the inside corner. 2-1 the count now on Langhans. He is 1 for 2 today with a single. He also reached on a walk. This popped up into center field. Drifting over is Harvey, and he'll make that Threadgill. You put this on the wrong team. Harvey's down here. Caleb Threadgill's playing center for Faith as he puts that away. And the second out of the inning. 2 gone. That brings Luke Hahn to the plate. This is up taller. Make that Logan Folk batting there when he came in as catcher. So Folk stands in here. And that misses low. So 2 gone in the inning. 1 run already in on the home run by Ryan Gosney.
There's a solid shot.
And that's ripped out into right field. So a single off the bat of Logan Folk. And with 2 outs and a runner on first, Andrew Smith is due up. He is 1 for 2 on the day with a single. He also walked earlier.
That was a nice little poke into the right center. Did there. Good job of hitting.
This fouled back up the third base line. This is going to stay fair. Drifting in to make the play as Isaiah Boger. So that'll do it for the inning. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. The solo home run from Ryan Gosney. Actually, there's 2 hits. If I can count, I would know that. The single from Logan Folk. And we also had 1 strikeout as well. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Raleigh leads at 8-1 over Faith. Back with more of the HWSA World Series in just a moment. Bottom of the 7th, due up here for Faith is the top of the order. Caleb Threadgill, Dawson Langford, and Noah Jarrett. They need 7 runs to keep this game going. 8-1 is a lead for Raleigh here in this 5th place game of Division I. We'll give you some other scores from the World Series here in just a moment. Other games that are going on are just concluded. Off an off-speed pitch, a little blooper out towards center. A good running grab made by Andrew Harvey. And 1 up, 1 down for Faith here in the 7th. New pitcher for the Raleigh Warriors. It is Matthew Smythe, who comes on relief of Michael Carrari. Carrari goes back to short, and Smythe, the righty, takes over on the mound.
Well, the Warriors have done a good job of pitching today. Oh, there's a shot right at the third baseman. Wow, just about head high.
2 up, 2 down, and the last hope rides with Noah Jarrett.
Well, they've been stinging the ball. Both those guys hit it solidly, line drives.
All right, some other scores from around the tournament. Meridian leads Memphis 5-3, that game in the 5th inning. The Spring Mustangs lead the Fort Worth Riders 5-4, that game in the 6th. This blooped out towards center, and that's going to do it. Caught there in center field by Andrew Harvey, and a quick 1-2-3 inning, and then a chance to go through the scores. Dallas Spartans an 11-7 lead in the 4th over Tulsa. Well, here in this one, an 8-1 win for the Raleigh Warriors over Faith. So Raleigh will take home 5th place in Division I as Faith comes in 6th. And I'm telling you, that's still a pretty good accomplishment just to get to that point.
Yeah, you have to earn your way into Division I. And so they had to win so many games to be there to play. So to play for the 5th place game, I think that wasn't much. Oh, yes, it was. You don't give that away.
So the final 8-1 is the win for Raleigh here over Faith. And we'll give you your final totals here in just a moment. The original starting pitcher for Faith was Hunter Shepard, who went 1 inning and takes the loss. 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out 1 and walked 4. So again, Hunter Shepard with the loss on 1 inning pitched. 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 strikeout and 4 walks. Sawyer Strickland came on and pitched 3 innings for Faith. 3 runs on 6 hits, struck out 1 and walked 1. Tyler Hartzell finished it up with 3 innings pitched, 1 run on 3 hits, and struck out 1. Ryan Gosney ends up getting the win this afternoon for Raleigh. He goes 3 innings pitched, is up 1 run on 3 hits, struck out 2 and walked 1. Drew Boyd pitched 2 innings of relief, no runs, 2 hits, struck out 2, and no walks. Michael Carrari pitched 1 inning, gave up no runs on 1 hit and walked 1 batter. And Matthew Smythe pitched 1 inning and nothing across the board. 1 big hit in this game, the solo home run from Ryan Gosney in the 7th. Other than that, Raleigh got out to a 3-0 lead early and never looked back.
Just what I was going to say. They never looked back. They got out to 3-1 lead. Fantastic job of pitching by the Warriors as a whole, the whole team, allowing only 1 run in 7 innings. Did a nice job. Didn't allow that many hits. I didn't count up. I remember how many you said they had, but not very many hits and no long jobs. But Raleigh had a little bit of the big timber going with a double and a home run by Gosney and 2 singles. 4 for 4 for the day, and probably be our hitting man of the day.
And our final 8-1, the win for Raleigh over Faith. They take home 5th place in Division I. Be sure to join us again tomorrow at 9 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. 9 a.m., the Division II Championship. 12:30 p.m. is the Division I World Series Championship. We'll have both of those games back here on the network for you tomorrow. Well, it's been a good, enjoyable first day from the tournament. Beautiful weather. Couldn't ask for anything better. Sunny and 85 degrees, and we're supposed to have the same thing tomorrow. So I hope you'll come back and join us tomorrow here from Lake Myrtle Sports Park in Auburndale, Florida. So 1 more day of the tournament yet to come. That'll wrap up our broadcast today. However, We hope you enjoyed all the coverage from today's games and come back with us for Championship Saturday tomorrow. You've been watching the HWSA World Series on the Christian Internet Sports Network.